What's up guys, Big Jake here, and I'm going to show you how to prepare a pork butt for smoking on a smoker to make barbecued pulled pork. If you don't know what a pork butt is, it doesn't actually come from the pig's ass. It comes from the shoulder. It's also known as a Boston butt. Now why they called it a butt when it comes from the shoulder, nobody knows. But that's what they call it. These two came in like a cryovac together, these two shoulders. They were almost 19 pounds. Once I got them open, I noticed this one was a lot bigger than that one, which hopefully won't mess me up too bad. What I'll probably do is I'll probably put the bigger one on the hotter end of the smoker and put the smaller one on the cooler end of the smoker. And then hopefully they'll cook kind of evenly that way. One thing I did like when I got these, and by the way I got these from Wooddale here in Bakersfield, one thing I did like about these is that they had already been trimmed on the fat cap side. And the bottoms are, or the other sides are all the way trimmed. So a lot of times you'll get them and you have to trim off a lot of fat because you only want a thin layer of fat on one side. And these had already been trimmed. So that was cool. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to bend over, and no, I'm kidding. What we're going to do now is I made an injection here, which is kind of like a marinade, but you actually take the old injector here and inject it into the meat due to the fact that this is these are both big pieces of pork, and you want the flavor to get all the way in to the middle of the meat. So this is basically how you do it. I'm not really going to tell you what's in here exactly,
because then he'd have to kill you.
I'd have to kill you.
That's right.
What I did do is I went online and I just looked up pork butt injection, and I found one that I liked, and I kind of modified it. But it's what's in here is beer, apple juice, apple cider, salt, sugar, a couple other things. So go online, find one that sounds like what you want. Some people use fruit and they make it real sweet. I don't like my pork butt like that. I like my pork to taste like pork. If you want your pork to taste like an apple pie, I guess put a whole bunch of jelly and whatever the hell else you want in there. That's up to you, Like I always say on my videos, this is just the way I do my barbecue. I'm sure a lot of people say it's completely wrong, but I always get compliments on it.
Yeah, if they say you're doing it wrong, they've never tried what you make.
Then the way that I basically do it is I'll get in here somewhere around the bone. By the way, these are bone in. I always get bone in. Bone equals flavor. What you want to kind of do is put it in all the way, and then try not to get it to stick out on the other side. Slowly push them in and then move. Push them in, then move. Push them in, move. Go to the other side. And I try to only make 1 or 2 holes instead of having a whole bunch of holes all over the meat. I mean, I don't even know if that makes a difference, because once you cook, it's all going to seal off anyways, but I just think it's a good idea to do it that way. Just my personal opinion. Then I'm going to come up here on top of the bone. Do the same thing. Get in. There we go. I gotta be careful.
Because this is your biggest piece of meat here.
A chunk. Yeah, so they did a nice job of cutting this.
Oh, yeah.
One more over here. But then, I mean, I see a lot of the professional guys, they poke them all over the place, and I mean, it really just depends on your preference, I guess. By the way, this injection will taste gross if you drink it. A lot of marinades and injections, when you're using them and you smell them, you go, that kind of smells weird. But I've never had a problem once I'm done. As you can see, it's puffing up. Whoop, pardon me. Gonna get the money shot on the camera there.
Oh no.
Alright, let's do the other one now. That's probably good. You can do more if you want. It's really up to you. The main juice that I have in here is apple juice. And it does give it a little bit of a sweet flavor, but not like, say, if you put, you know, some kind of jelly or something in here like that. Some guys usually use different things, grape juice, whatever. But then I also have apple cider vinegar in here to kind of balance it out. There's some salt, so that'll kind of act like a brine. Guess I should have been a doctor, huh?
It's a fine piece of meat you got there, doctor.
Did I make a hole? Yeah, I did. Shit. Don't do that.
In the foil?
No, I made a hole in the butt.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't really matter all that much, but I'll put the rest of this in this one since it's bigger.
Look at that meat.
Alright.
Wow.
Alright guys, next thing we're going to do after the injection is the mustard. Those of you who have never seen this before are probably, especially if you don't like mustard, are probably crying right now or cringing. What this mustard does is number one, it helps helps with the rub to stick on to the pork. That way you get, kind of works like a glue on the butt itself. The other thing this does is it helps with the bark. And by bark you get the kind of that black meteorite looking stuff on the outside. This will help with that too. You will not taste the mustard, I promise.
He's right. You really won't.
Yeah.
I hate mustard,
Wish
and
hates
I was
mustard.
looking for it when I eat it, and I never taste it, ever. This is just for the bark. It's just to hold your spices on the edge.
Yep, that's all it does.
That's it. So don't worry, mustard haters.
Yep, and a lot of people,
mustard haters.
yeah, a lot of people, you know, oh man, I can't get a bark, I can't get a bark. This really helps with the bark, I think.
Try this out.
Yep. You have to caress the pig like you love it. Oh, I love you, pig, I love you.
Good pig.
Good pig. Alright, wash the old hands again. By the way, I'm doing this the day before, almost 2 days before, because it's 1 o'clock on Thursday, and I'll actually put this on Saturday morning at 4 in the morning, so it's going to be in there for over 24 hours. If you only have 24 hours, that's fine too. Not a big deal. Big Jake's dang old rub. I definitely won't tell you what's in here, you sons of bitches, because I made it up myself. So, suck it. Alright, let's
But you can purchase it online.
yeah, I'll sell you some.
OD2000 at yahoo.com. Hit this man up here. He'll sort you out. He's got a rub for every occasion.
This is just my basic one. It works for a lot of shit. I usually just do this nice and even. Some people put a real heavy coat. I think personally when you put a real heavy coat, it makes the outside kind of grainy. You know, like
yeah, too much.
Yeah, there's like you can like taste the grains or like feel them, you know, with your tongue. Nobody wants a grainy tongue.
No. You're
Just
trying
a
to
nice
eat pork, but not trying to eat some sort of spiced.
Right, and it's all about complementing the meat.
That's right.
Not overpowering it.
That looks beautiful.
Thank you.
That bone, where is that at? Right there? That's the bone?
That's the bone.
And that's also your indicator, kind of like a little thing on the turkey that pops out to let you know that it's done.
Yeah, if you yank on the bone and it comes out clean, easily, like you're pulling a knife out of a butter, it's done. Although, well, this is the way I usually cook it. I don't know if I'm going to actually take photos or footage of when I cook it or not, because it's going to be hectic. I'm cooking for like a graduation party. What I do is I cook it fat side down. I know there's a big fat side up versus fat side down controversy. I do fat side down because I use the Traeger and the heat is coming from below the meat, so this kind of like protects it, the fat does. So I do it fat side down until I get to 160. By then you should have your bark set, all that stuff. 160, I'll wrap them. Then I do it fat side up because the the butt's being protected by the foil from the heat. And then that way it kind of bastes itself as it sits in the foil. Then I'll pull them out at 195 and let them rest for an hour, if I have an hour. And then pull it.